Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. We're gonna check out this video, y'all, of some things that are coming to light about the shooting, and I want y'all to take a listen.
White House Correspondents' event incident. We're hearing from the federal judge assigned to the Cole Allen case, where the federal judge apologized to Cole Allen. Federal judge apologized to White House Correspondent Dinner, the suspect in the shooting, Cole Allen, over the jail conditions. So Cole Allen, who was charged with attempted assassination of Donald Trump, he did an emergency motion saying that he was placed on suicide precautions in the DC jail and had been treated much differently than anyone else in the prison. He said it amounted to pretrial punishment, not having the access to his lawyers either, and being put in certain facilities that he said, he was being targeted. And the magistrate judge agreed. The magistrate judge Faruqi read the motion from Cole Allen and said he's very concerned about the way the DC jail has treated Cole Allen so far, putting him in extremely restrictive suicide watch protocols, despite a medical assessment saying that it was not necessary. This is how The Hill described the hearing. Judge very troubled by the treatment of accused White House Correspondents' Dinner alleged gunman. The federal judge said on the record about the following. The judge raised concerns how Cole Allen was being placed on suicide watch, even though the medical opinion was that he didn't need to be on suicide watch. Cole Allen has repeatedly been strip searched over and over and over again and kept in constant isolation from other inmates in the general population. So they basically had put him in solitary, put him on suicide watch, and then they go into where he's being placed on suicide watch very frequently, make him get naked, strip search him, and then they've been repeating that over and over again. The judge said, I'm very troubled by what they indicate, the conditions that you have been subjected to. I'm sorry. The judge says, I'm sorry. It sounds like things have not been the way that they're supposed to. And so then Allen was finally taken off suicide watch, but still is being held separately from general population or other inmates. Then that triggered Jeanine Pirro responding. She's a former Fox host, and she's now the United States Attorney for the Washington, D.C. She posts a photo of Magistrate Judge Faruqi and a photo of Cole Allen, and it says, breaking, this is from Fox, U.S. Magistrate Judge Faruqi apologizes to White House Correspondents Association dinner shooting suspect Cole Allen over reported treatment in jail. And then Pirro goes, welcome to Washington, D.C., where U.S. Magistrate Judge Faruqi believes a defendant armed to the teeth and attempting to assassinate the president is entitled to preferential treatment.
Why are they apologizing? That's what I need to understand. Like something not right.
Treatment and his confinement compared to every other defendant. It should also be noted then that Cole Allen filed a motion to disqualify Pirro and other federal prosecutors on the case, citing their statements like that one and other statements where they've said that they were victims of Cole Allen and that they now are witnesses in the case based on the statements that they've made.
This sounds so clean. It's insane. Like, imagine how much you can do with this. It's crazy.
This software allows you to transform your vocals into a
So we see
at the time of the alleged incident and then afterwards that they've injected themselves and that he intends to call them as witnesses. Now, Pirro then went on state regime media, which calls itself Fox, and she then is using this incident to say, look, what we're seeing right now, these leftists, as she likes to just, all these leftists, they're sending people into Washington, D.C. to engage in this types of behavior. So she's using it now as a broader pretext to go after what she says are leftist groups in general. Now, this comes at the same time that the Trump regime put out a counterterrorism report that's not getting nearly enough attention. And in this counterterrorism report, it says the biggest threats to America, they say, are jihadist groups and people who sympathize with the transgender community.
All right, y'all see that? So that's kind of crazy. Let me see. I'm gonna try to send somebody a link. Let's see if we can do this. Invite guest. Copy invite link. Let me see if she come on. So as y'all can see, there's a lot of why she comes on or she comes on. Y'all can see it's a lot of fishy stuff, things that are not adding up. And that's what we're taking a look at. We're gonna watch a little bit more.
And leftists. They said there's a pro-transgender leftist ideology that needs to be investigated and are being monitored. And they put that, said the jihadist terrorists and people who support transgender people, that's who are the biggest threats in a counterterrorism report. Here's what Pirro said on State Regime Media. I think we've got the clip.
But what I can tell you is that he hated the president of the United States. He hated the administration. And, you know, whatever that motivation might be, the truth is his intent is the only issue that I'm concerned about, not the motivation so much. But what we're seeing more and more of, Griff, is the fact that people are coming to the nation's capital with the intent to commit political violence. We saw it with the assault on the shooting at the Secret Service agent on the National Mall near the Washington Monument on Monday. And we will continue to see it. People, for some reason, think they can come here and that they can commit these acts that they'll get attention for to exercise their right to complain about what they think is unfair politics. And we've crossed the Rubicon because for some reason they think that they are allowed to violate the law, kill individuals if it satisfies what they think is their political moral compass.
I want to bring in Harry Litman from Talking Feds YouTube channel, podcast, and Substack. Now, here's the thing, Harry. Someone like a Cole Allen, we could talk about Cole Allen, or we can talk about any similarly situated person who in our system still has a presumption of innocence. That's our system in the United States. If you don't like our system, there are other ones available. That's the system we have. When the Trump regime does these press conferences, Fox interviews, social media posts, and then they lie in the post as well, because the issue with Cole Allen was not getting preferential treatment. That's not what the judge said. The judge says that you were not giving equal treatment. You were treating this individual with excessive strip searches, and you were putting somebody on suicide watch when the medical diagnosis did not so require that, or actually said the opposite. So now what you're doing, whether we're talking about Cole Allen, whether we're talking about the individual who they allege was the pipe bomber going back to 2020, they're giving a lot of arguments also to say, look how we're being treated. Look, all of these procedural things, Harry, that you as a federal prosecutor would say, we can't, these are the types of things that you could get not guilties on technicalities, throughout the case, prosecutorial misconduct. You're seeing all this stuff here develop, which also, to the outside observer, when you combine that with the fact that the Trump regime lies about everything, Why not just go through this like a normal case? Go through the exercise.
So we're gonna stop it there because we don't want to get a strike with YouTube. But as you can see, like certain things don't add up, and I've always been told to use common sense about everything, and some of this stuff is not common. The common sense is telling me otherwise. Like some of the things they're telling me is not adding up. So I'm just confused. I'm a little confused. What do y'all think? Let me know what you think. Tap in. We're at the studio, downtown Peoria. So, let's watch a little bit more of it.
Sizes, go through the regular motions, treat this like a case. I get that it's more high profile, and then put the case before a jury. And if a jury finds somebody guilty, then they're guilty, and then we move on. But they engage in all of these things that outside observers who already have so many questions because the Trump regime lies about everything, they look at it and they go, oh, so it's just more of the same BS from this regime. It's more of this crap. And they allow that argument to be made when they behave this way, Harry.
Some of them may take it that way. Others may be influenced. And just starting here, Ben, this is really improper because it could influence the jury pool. It's such a typical Trumpian move. They sort of paint with a broad brush. All these people are coming in. All these people are coming in and think they are able to use their ideological views to do violence. We crossed the Rubicon. Excuse me? We crossed the Rubicon January 6, 2021, when it's
That's
really
very true. Okay, we're gonna stop it there. Got to